my ears. Turning that monitor switch on. Oh my goodness, ow, my ears, oh. So, before companies like Fifine and Mayono showed up, Behringer was the king of budget audio. But they're still in the game, or at least the budget lav mic game. This is the Behringer BC Lav Go. They're touting it as a studio quality mic that you can take with you anywhere. By the way, this was supposed to be an unboxing, but I kinda lost the footage, so I guess this has to be a full review. So let the review begin. So let's talk about weight. The BC Lav Go weighs a staggering 20.3 grams. You can take this wherever you want to go and completely forget about it. Behringer BC Lav Go test inside the studio with the camera's gain set to 10. How does this sound? Behringer BC Lav Go with the camera gain set to 10 indoors. How does this sound? Behringer BC Lav Go with the camera gain set to 10 again. This time we are outdoors in our neighborhood. How does this sound? Okay, we're testing it back in the studio, but this time the gain is set to 1, but boosted in post. How does this sound? And here is how that would sound indoors. Again, we are outdoors, but the gain is set to 1 and it's gonna be boosted in post. How does this sound? Let's do a plosive test with the foam on. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. We're getting rid of this little guy. Huh, that is a microphone. Now, cool vloggers like to try holding their mics close up like this, so let's try to be a cool vlogger. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. How does that sound? Okay, so there's not a lot of wind outside, so we're gonna do our wind test over here. Artificially created wind. AI. Let's take this out. How does that sound? Put it back on. How does this sound? And for you phone vloggers, this is how the BC Lav Go would sound when connected to an iPhone 12 Pro Max via a dongle. How does it sound? Now, this is how the Behringer BC Lav Go would sound when connected to a wireless transmitter like the DJI mic set to unity gain. How does it sound? Now you're hearing the Behringer BC Lav Go recording directly into the DJI mic. You see that red light over there? And because this version isn't being wirelessly transmitted, there is no loss of data. How does it sound? I hope it doesn't fry my ears. Turning that monitor switch on. So it's a condenser, so I gotta hit that phantom power button. Oh my goodness, ow, my ears, oh. Okay, I'm gonna lower the gain a bit. Oh goodness gracious, I am genuinely scared. Am I supposed to be raising this? This is mic level, right? So, hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Are you recording? Yeah, let's not. Alright, let's conclude this video. First pro, it sounds good. Overall, the frequency range seems to be fairly balanced. I wouldn't compare it to a dedicated studio microphone like a K688, and definitely not a U87, but it sounds good. For the vast majority of people, it will sound good. Good enough for vlogs, public speaking, Sunday preaching, on-the-go podcasts. In a pinch, it would still be better than a phone microphone for voiceovers. The second pro is the signal-to-noise ratio. The reason that I guess they can get away with calling this a studio mic is that for the loudness that you can get out of this, you don't get a very noisy noise floor. With a bit of tweaking, it can sound very clean. The second pro is that it does have good isolation. Outdoors, I was hearing a bit of the environment, but my voice took center stage. And your voice really does pop when you're outdoors or in a studio. And the last pro is that it's got a great price-to-performance ratio. I got this for $50, and I have no problems using it for future videos. Let's talk about cons. I am wearing the con. You need to wear a jacket. There's a certain way that they designed the clip such that the best way to aim the mic towards your mouth is to clip onto something horizontally. You can't technically get away with clipping a t-shirt like this if you don't mind that look. And the second con is you have to keep unwiring it. Like, the wire is just so long that sooner or later, you're gonna have to untangle it. Third con is that it does have sharp highs. I don't think it's the most flattering mic for people with high-pitched voices, and especially when people blast their voices at higher-pitched frequencies, you're gonna hear that sharpness at the top end. Fourth con, it appears to be sensitive to interference. And here's how that sounds. so I guess the shielding for the cables isn't that strong, but it really isn't something you should be worrying about. The last con is that it is unforgiving of reverb. Like I said, it sounds great outdoors and in a studio, but indoors where there are a lot of reflections or in large halls, your voice won't sound very isolated. My final thoughts, I think Behringer is staying relevant with this budget lavalier microphone. For the form factor, the weight, the size, price, it's not a USB mic, but it rivals some USB mics considering its size. And the fact that you can plug it into your phone and your camera, this is such a versatile mic. And it's a mic you'll probably always have with you. Good job, Behringer. I really like the BC Lav Go. But the BC Lav Go is not the only mic that I like. In fact, I like this mic as well. So make sure to check that out. I'll see you there.